Hello, my name is Scott and welcome to the Blue OK, and this is Amy. She's our chef at the Blue OK.
Hi there.
And today we're behind the cafe and we're in the urban garden. Now, I want folks to know that it doesn't take much space to create a beautiful garden. In fact, from here to here is all the space we were allowed behind our building. So it's just 7 feet. And then across this way, we've got another 20 feet. So our urban garden is 7 feet wide and 20 feet long, and you can grow a lot of food in this small space.
A lot.
A lot, and Amy's going to tell you more about it. But the first thing I wanted to show you was how we handle the compost at the Blue OK. Because compost is kind of a dirty job, and I get to do it. So
Very important one, though.
Very important, thanks, Amy. So let me show you what I do. We have large compost buckets right here in the garden, and here's one right here. I'll get the camera person to show you. And you can even see there's some sprouts coming out of it. So what I do is I take our compost, and this is everything that we don't eat inside the cafe. This is the pulp from our green drinks and the edges of the carrots and the tomato skins if we're taking them off. This is still good food, but not to eat. And we just put it right inside our compost, because this is going to be what we plant our garden in the fall and again next spring. And as you can see, it's not very attractive because the compost is breaking down, the food is breaking down.
I've got some more for you.
Oh, great. Fresh from the garden.
From the garden, just the undersides of the leaves, you know, the
Excellent.
plants.
So we put all of our leaves that are turning brown that we're not using along with our food. We store it in a compost bucket, cover it with soil. Now I've already introduced some earthworms to our compost, so they're inside there eating our food scraps right now. And with the dirt on there, it will begin to decompose. And in the fall and late spring, we're going to have a big bucket full of pretty nice soil to plant our garden in. In fact, this entire garden was planted in compost from inside the Blue OK. And that's just exciting. There's not fertilizer in here, it's compost, broken down food that will actually cause the plants to grow. So,
and some tomatoes even like your whole compost scraps right in the bottom of their bucket.
You can put them right into the bucket sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you want to do with your food scraps. You want to turn them into compost, return them to the soil, and then grow your food in it. It's a full loop of sustainability and highly recommended. Now I'm going to go in the back of the garden and do a little weeding, and Amy's going to tell you a little more about our plants here.
Well, yeah, I'm excited. This is the time of year that our greens come on. So we have kale here, we have chard, we have Jacinto kale, the dinosaur kale. We also have Vates kale here, different collard greens in the back, and we use all of these in our fresh green drinks. I have spinach on this side right behind me, and plus all of our herbs. We love to throw mint in our green drinks. We also like to put parsley in our green drinks. And we have our parsley right back here. We have lettuce behind us and a bunch of herbs over on this side.
Awesome.
And we use so much lettuce at the cafe. We serve so many salads that we actually made a second tier out of rain gutters. We just took some rain gutters, mounted them right here on top.
Works really well.
And lettuce roots don't run very deep, so they don't need too much space. As long as you put some good soil in there, you can grow a second tier of lettuce in a limited space in something as simple as some rain gutters. So we've got those mounted up there, and another tier of lettuce down below.
And Amy, what's good is that because of the way we've put the gutters here on the wall, the sun goes away pretty quick. The lettuce doesn't get much sun. It gets a little bit of early sun,
morning sun,
but that's really all it needs. So the lettuce is vibrant and strong throughout the day because it's not wilting in the sun.
Right.
So if you plant your lettuce where it doesn't get as much shade or in a gutter like we did,
sun,
excuse me, or in a gutter against the wall, you're doing good.
Right, it's really true. Lettuce likes a little bit of sun, but not too much.
Not too much.
You want to find the spot where it's happy. And we also like to grow edible flowers. We've got our marigolds in here, and we have some nasturtiums up here. In fact, our nasturtium plant was going wild, and for a long time it was full of these beautiful nasturtium blossoms that we use on top of our salads. But we're actually letting this whole plant go to seed because we also like to use these nasturtium pods to pickle and make a nasturtium caper out of.
Excellent.
So they're delicious. You can use the leaves in salad, you can use the flower, then you can go ahead and use the pod. You can either replant them to seed your next round of nasturtiums, or you can actually pickle these pods and sprinkle it on top of salad. So really you can use everything from your garden, and you can also use a lot of the scraps from your food again in the compost. So we love having a garden here, and there's few things more satisfying than to be able to come out to your garden and pick the greens for your green drink that you're about to drink, pick the salad for the lettuce the lettuce for your salads that you're about to serve.
And soon we'll be picking tomatoes.
Tomatoes that you're going to slice up in your salads, and pick all of the herbs that you might need. And that's another really fun part about having a garden, is you can plant a variety of herbs that you might not be able to find in the store year-round. You can even plant some wild foods like purslane or lamb's quarters just sprinkled throughout your garden that make for an interesting mix into your salad, so you're not always just eating plain lettuce. You can have some of these wild herbs and wild foods growing as well, kind of in the rows between your garden. We have a lot growing in our wine barrels here, which is the medium we chose to plant in. We did redwood box along this side, but wine barrels along this side filled with dirt, and we'll have peppers with marigolds with a pot of tomatoes on top, and then down in front,
already got some
flowers.
peppers happening right here.
Beautiful.
Little banana peppers.
Yeah, our peppers were a little slow to start this year because we had a cooler spring, but now they're getting the summer heat and really starting to take off along with our tomatoes. But of course the lettuce loved the cooler weather, and so did the kale. So we've got the lettuce and kale and greens are really happy down on this side.
And Amy, over here, this is the spinach we planted last winter. So it's winter spinach. It started to bolt. It's going to seed. Yeah. But we haven't removed it yet because there's still really good spinach leaves coming off the spinach, which occasionally we pick for green drinks and even for our salads. Yeah. We'll pull this spinach soon, and we'll plant something else because it's in the bright sun. Spinach is a cool weather crop. Right. But even though it's gone to seed and it's bolting, we're still harvesting some of it because we have the space and we want the spinach.
And who can throw spinach away when it's sitting right there, that green and delicious? You end up just eating it until the very until you can't eat anymore.
So we just want to encourage all of our viewers to plant your food if you can, and then watch Amy's recipes and make your food when you can. It's more satisfying, it's less expense, and you can invite other people to do it with you. It's fun to have multiple people working in the garden and multiple people that you eat with as well. So
it's one of the things I love about a garden. It's worth doing just because it's worth doing.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things.
So we'll come back to the garden. We'll shoot some more when our tomatoes are ripening and we get some more fruit coming out, but we wanted to give you a heads up how to start out with compost. It's going to be a fantastic summer, and I hope you're growing a lot of vegetables, and we hope to see you in the cafe again very soon. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.